think this past bus supplement was probably the best overall that we've had since we've been able to do it. We had several people got 100% every month that was on there. Some of them didn't make it, but overall, every one of you done a great job, and I thank you for that. And also, there have been no changes this year with Tennessee licensing rules, so it's basically the same as it has been for the last couple of years, okay? And it's basically, if you have any questions, please ask. If I start talking too fast, please tell me to slow down. I want to hit the main thing is, when they do your, when the Department of Safety comes and does our inspections, please make sure that inspection report is on your bus and you know where it's at. And go ahead and put a file in the office too, in case that one gets damaged or lost, we have to show. The main thing when the department comes out and checks your licensing, the main thing they look at is what? Bus logs. We got to make sure we're doing those. Everybody's doing it the same program-wide. It's basically pretty well cut and dry. Now they're saying, at one time they wanted the driver to always initial it, but you know it can be the driver or the monitor initial the children on and off the bus, okay? Some of it doesn't. I'd rather the driver be alert behind the wheel than signing people on and off the bus, okay? Just make sure if you have sibling groups, every child on your bus, first and last name. If you have 3 children and all of them got the same mom and dad, they're the Smith children. I don't want Smith children. Or J. Smith, L. Smith, R. Smith. Full name, first and last name on there, and the mom or whoever signed them off, I want 3. We need 3 signatures, okay? So I'm just do it one big time, that's not going to get it. We need all 3 of them signing it off. Make sure, and I do jump around, so I apologize. Make sure when you do sign that child off that the monitor's doing her part on checking it. She'll sign the child on. When the child loads the bus, is the time the child is on the bus. When the child leaves the bus, that's the unload time, okay? Make sure you're not, the bus route don't go more than 45 minutes. If it goes 45 minutes, we got to talk to Julie to get a waiver. In some cases, when you're doing your bus trip, you do go over 45 minutes. There may be a wreck. You may have to wait longer at a house. Please document that on your bus log as why it took you that long to get that trip. You won't be, I mean, you're not in trouble if it goes over 45 minutes if it's something, but we're looking at this and you went 50, 55 minutes twice in a row. What are we going to do? We're going to call you. Why did you go over this? Why is it 55 minutes? We might get a waiver. But it might be in a wreck, road construction, whatever. Please just put it on there. Everybody got that? Your bus monitor. When you get a team leaders, when you get a new employee, go over the bus monitor rules. When you go over the bus monitor rules, make sure she or he fills out a training form. That training form has to go in their file at the center and their file at the office. Make sure you do that. When you go over with your bus monitors, you go over bus evacuations, you go over where the first aid kit, biohazard kit, bus evacuations, how to use the car seats. You go over everything with that bus monitor. Okay? Make sure it's documented on the training sheet exactly what you, just don't put monitor training. Put exactly what you went over with them. Because when they come in, that's what they're looking for. They're not looking for monitor training. Well, they want to know exactly what you did when you had that monitor training. And also your bus monitor always sets behind the last child. Behind the last child. I don't ever, if you pull up a bus camera and see a monitor up here talking to the driver and there's 2 kids behind them. The kids have to be in front. We do that because you can see them at a quick glance and you can hear them at all times. Okay, yes?
So the monitor training form that we have to fill out does not cover, you want an actual training form in addition to the other monitor form?
Yeah, just to be on the safe side.
Okay.
We want that just to show proof of exactly what we did. Because at one time we had, they questioned us about it, so we don't want that to come up again. And also when we're delivering a child to the home or daycare or anywhere, and and you get there and the person comes to receive the child, you do not know that person, and he or she has to have a ballot, not a ballot, but a form of ID. And they have to be on your emergency pickup. If that person is not on the emergency pickup, does not have an ID, you do not leave the child. We've had several places that happen, and they get mad, even parents get mad, but that's a rule, we don't do it. They can call me, okay? I'm a bad guy, not y'all. We do not leave a child at home with no one there, of course, either. Third-party check. What happens with Toby, how you do a third-party check?
Third-party check? Somebody comes in from the center,
But who checks the bus first?
the monitor, the
Okay.
driver, and then somebody from inside.
Dayton, how do you do? Who checks your bus first? Make sure they have to, Cindy, how you do it?
The monitor, then the third party, and then the driver's the last one.
Third party needs to be the last one. That's why it's called third party, okay? Just make sure you physically get up out of that seat, walk back, check the bus, and come back, okay?
Jamie, is there a training form for the third-party checker to be on file that they are aware of how to be the third-party checker?
Yes, that's what we just went over, yes.
The third-party checker. Could that be, someone outside the center with your permission? You'd have to kind of go over that, I assume.
We have to go over that, and I actually looked that up, and you can have someone outside your agency do it. But we don't make a habit of it at our centers. I know one center may have a habit of it, but the rest of you know. There is some that we'll have to deal with later. So usually it's someone there at the center, one of our staff members. Okay?
John, does that mean that even the cooks, anybody that has to have a training form?
Yes. Everybody that's a third-party checker needs to have one, yes. And a monitor. Anybody's gonna be a monitor on your bus. I would do everybody in the center because you never know who's gonna be a monitor. I mean, your cooks maybe never do monitor, but one day she may have to, so she'll have to get trained. And also, when the bus comes back to the center in the mornings, what does the third-party checker do with the log on the bus? Make sure you take that log into your classroom and make sure every one of those children on that bus is on your log in the classroom. It's a must, okay? Health exams. How often do y'all get health exams? Yearly. Make sure it's up to date. Daily inspections of your bus before you do your route. When do you do them? Daily inspections. Every time you take that bus out, check, because you could get a nail in the tire or anything. Okay, make sure your levels. You might get a leak in the hose on the first route, the second route start to go. Make sure you pre-trip that bus. Does anybody have any questions or things you're having problems with out there while you're driving your bus? Please make sure when you pick up a child, do we want the children and the parents crossing the road? We want to try to make that bus. If for some reason we can't, we need to find a pickup point then. We don't want anybody crossing the road because why? Does all the cars always stop at your stop sign? No. Best safety for the child as possible. We want to pick them up with a door sign that's right there with those children. If you have a place to get off the road, get off the road. Okay? And basically that is it. They want to see the bus monitor's training on file. They want to see the log correctly made. If for some reason someone signs on a spot that's not theirs, please initial it and let us know why. I got one the other day and I did count off because it was horrible. Okay? Please be able to read it. There's a bunch of lines, but you did not tell me exactly what happened. Okay? Please make it. It's very, very important that all these are out correctly and make sure your monitors are done correctly at all times. And also, everybody on the bus, CPR first aid training, at least one person. Please, how many evacuation drills we do a year? Is everybody up to par on those? Well, I know some of you haven't sent them to me yet. I said some. I won't say who. But please make sure I get a copy of them too. Put a copy on your file, make sure I get a copy. It should come in some of the monthly reports. It's not every month. And also, when you get a new child in your classroom, what should you do? You have to go with those bus evacuations and your training, your transportation training with that parent, with that child. And if you need the packets, all you got to do is call the office and we can get them to you. We try to send out extra. So, Safety Sam and yeah, Rudy rules. Yes, Rudy. Make sure if you need them, let me know. Okay. Thank you. I will turn it over to Officer Melhorn.